I believe that the fires we're cast upon are the flames we shall become. I believe in a common calling where our temples pray as one. I believe in the word of wonder and a kingdom for the saved.
Larry Pollock, Luke Carroll, and Leo Mayrhofer here. Today we've got several things we're going to go over. We're going to talk about, first of all, the Japan Pro and what just happened there. Shaun Clarida, the winner. And then we're going to talk about Nick Walker prepping himself. And then we have a little special one, a Russian bodybuilder. Gives out his actual pro cycle. And it's pretty wild. So let's get into the Japan Pro first. And I'll pull it up right now. So
turned out to be a pretty big show. Like
25 competitors.
Right? 25.
25 competitors. Shaun Clarida was first place. And in second, we had Florian Porterson. Joanne Pradas Martinez got third. Jan Turek fourth. And Mark Hector fifth.
What do you know where a Hollingshead was?
Hollingshead and Beef Stew both were in the second call out.
We don't know where.
There was apparently no live stream, so all we have is pictures to go by. They did not give out the placings past the top five. At least I haven't seen them anywhere.
I mean, sixth place would have been the guy that was probably in the 6-man call out.
Yeah.
This other Tabani guy. Yeah.
But it was a big show. But Clarida, actually the smallest guy in the show, but just dominated in conditioning and everything.
Yeah, for like a
let's call him the shortest guy, not the smallest.
The Giant Killer.
Well,
he's living up to his name.
Yeah, I mean he's shorter, but he's also, I mean, he might not be smaller and he is smaller. He is smaller.
Yeah, he's like 170. He's like 180.
I thought bodybuilding was size per square inch and not weight.
Well, it is, but I'm just saying he beat guys that were significantly much, much bigger than him. And I think that this is the best he's looked since the Olympia. I think in Mexico he wasn't quite this full and shredded like he is here. He was
definitely better.
A little bit off, and that's why I think maybe those other guys were ahead of him. But here he
got fourth in Mexico, fifth, fourth.
Yeah, I think it was fourth,
something like that. Yeah, this is a great showing. I mean, he's beating a lot of bigger guys. That Joan Pardells, man, that his structure is great. Florian edged him out. I think just because of maybe conditioning, but I mean that guy. It looks like we won't see him at the Olympia yet, but we'll see what he competes at next. But
next week is Spain, so that's his home show, so he will compete there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I feel, I think he was going to win that Spain show, possibly.
Yeah.
Well, Poisson is going to come for sure, but I feel he thought, I'm going to go there and win anyways. So
easy
win. Slacking that last week because he didn't look any better. Rather worse, and he still has fat to lose, so he definitely didn't do everything he could. Maybe his coach is to blame. I don't know who's coaching him and told him just chill. I don't know. Maybe it was trouble flying. We don't know, but it looks to me like he didn't really give his all, but because he needed to get more shredded and he didn't. And that was impossible.
What country is Florian from?
France.
Okay.
He's French. And the guy, remember he competed in the cow last year. He's really thick.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of muscle on him.
Yeah.
His structure is a little strange, but got a ton of muscle on him. He was impressive at even at the cow. But look how much bigger, just overall size these guys are compared to Shaun, but Shaun's just better.
Yeah. I mean that's why he's a Mr. Olympia. He's beaten bigger guys. Didn't he beat Ramy at the Arnold a couple years ago, or he was right next to Ramy?
I don't think he beat
Ramy. Was fourth. I think Ramy was fourth. He was fifth. So, he definitely has the structure and the muscularity and the work ethic. So,
and now he's got John Jewett prepping him.
Yeah, I'm excited about that because John's a pretty good coach.
Well, it was interesting what John said. Prior to, his problem the last couple of years was he was losing his legs. Mm-hmm. And he was doing step mill. And he was doing so much step mill, 2 hours a day, and he was losing his legs. And John pulled him off the step mill and had him started doing just walking 10 minutes after every meal.
Mm-hmm.
And no heavy cardio, just slow walking to burn calories, but not. He didn't want him to burn up his legs. And they focused more on training on his legs, less on upper body, because I guess his upper body's already there, or he wasn't losing it anyways. And
he's definitely a lot better than he was 3 years ago at the Arnold, or at the Olympia. He was came in way off. I saw him at the Olympia in Orlando. What year was that? 23?
Mm-hmm.
No, that was longer ago.
No, I think it was 23. I think it was 23. But it was the last one that was in Orlando, and he would just look way off at that show. So to see him kind of claw his way back and look, maybe better than he has in his career is exciting with a new coach.
And he pushed Keon pretty hard at the Olympia.
Yeah, that was really good. He got very wide, man. He was always this guy. We're his back is not wide enough, not enough X taper because his shoulders were too narrow.
Mm-hmm.
His shoulders are still narrow, but he somehow got a super crazy X taper now. His back is so much wider. Look at his back shots. You were like, what? That's Shaun Clarida?
Yeah,
that's really impressive. I'm really impressed with his
turnaround. I mean,
what's funny? What's funny about John Jewett, his coach? He had this university.
Yeah.
Or still has it, and they were preaching, low testosterone, all anabolics, and now someone told me, John Jewett switched the whole approach and took 2.5 grams of test and 400 masterone.
All tests low.
Funny, right? You make it I think John Jewett is great, so don't get me wrong, but you make it something you call university, and then you switch your whole approach 180.
Well,
will you call yourself a fraud now?
I think that he's probably experimenting. He does, I know, a lot of blood work and a lot of I think he calls them case studies. So, I mean, maybe he's just kind of experimenting with what's working, which honestly, both work. If you take androgens at any level, it's going to work in some.
But no, Luke. But you can't put out the university.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement with you on that.
Let me finish. And experiment afterwards. No, that's not how it works. If you claim to know something, you figure it out first, and then you publish. You don't publish something, a philosophy, and then you're like, well, wait, I didn't really experiment enough to actually know.
Yeah, I agree. That might be a problem.
You shouldn't do that, to be honest. And then call yourself university, bro. Then call yourself, I don't know, whatever.
Call yourself a researcher if you're doing.
Something like that. And dude, the guy, I love his videos, and he's super knowledgeable and everything. So I don't want to take away from him. He's really, really good at what he does. Like tons of respect. And I'm not saying that I'm at his level, but that is kind of like, I don't know. That's the other way around, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a little ahead of getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah,
you're changing your approach.
If you change a little bit, all good, bro. But if it's like a 180, it's kind of weird. But back to the topic. Sorry.
Where did you see that he was doing high test and low androgens? Did he post about it?
I had my German podcast today.
Yeah.
And Adolf Burkhardt said he watched a podcast where John said that.
Oh, okay.
So maybe maybe the delivery was wrong, and I'll take everything back. But Adolf is actually very capable of understanding English.
Yeah.
So.
I'll have to check it out because it's interesting to see. I mean, I'm a higher test, and then I'm kind of like a 1-to-1 guy. Like I like my androgens and my test at kind of a 1-to-1, and then if anything, I kind of just have like a certain level of test, and then I add in anabolics after that. Like one of my best cycles ever was like 600 milligrams of test and then 900 milligrams of primo. So, and I gained like 25 pounds, coming back from an injury, and I just gained.
Take a look at this video of Shaun. You see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Wow.
I mean, he looks crazy there.
Yeah, he does.
The conditioning, the thickness, everything.
Yeah. Is he, did Keon say he was going to move to the open, or is he still going to do another 212?
I think he's not going to do that because he
didn't
lost
say
so
for sure, but
yeah, because what did he get, like 4th in Prague? Yeah, okay.
I mean, he didn't even beat Krizo.
So
I mean,
I think he's starting to like push his size up so much that his obliques are starting to kind of have like this like roundness that he, instead of having that like X structure, it pulls in when he like does his vacuum, but when he's not vacuuming, it's like it kind of is like a little pot belly or something right there in the middle.
Well, isn't it interesting that he beat Shaun at the Olympia barely, and some people thought Shaun should have won, but Shaun seems like he's more capable of beating the bigger guys than he is.
Nah, Keon had a way harder lineup, buddy.
Yeah,
I mean, if Shaun would have been in that lineup, Keon would have beat him.
You think?
I don't know. Yeah.
Keon just did a guest posing, and he looked better in the guest posing than he looked in Prague.
Maybe he did. His coach did fire him. So I mean, maybe in Prague he just was not having a good.
Yeah, I think he wasn't quite on in Prague. He wasn't his best, and he wasn't his best at the Olympia either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
He was like a little over dieted and sort of flat because he just did a guest pose and he looked better. But Shaun, he looks unreal here. Yeah,
Shaun looks nuts. Like his fullness is crazy. I mean, I can't really see conditioning too well because it's on like an iPhone. It's like drinking a LaCroix watching a bodybuilding show. Like it's so like many filters and lights and AI and phones and stuff. So it's hard to tell how good his conditioning is, but he looks bubbly as fuck.
Yeah.
But all right, let's what's this new Japanese guy that just turned pro?
So the new Japanese guy, let me pull him up. Spell his name.
Hold
on. I wish I knew.
It's Naotaka. Naotaka. Naotaka.
Naotaka.
Taka.
So this guy just turned pro at this show, and he looks pretty damn impressive here. Look at this.
This is Instagram.
Yeah.
Was this at that show?
No,
or was this? Oh,
this is the show before this show, and some people said he looked better at the qualifier for this show than he did at this show, but they're also saying that the lighting at this show was and the backdrop made it look different. Like here, it's a black backdrop.
I hope promoters stop doing that, like freaking LED backdrop.
So, but
he looked very much softer in this. He looked much softer. I don't know what he did there. Yeah. Right?
Yeah,
it might be the camera because he looks like he's pretty lean, but maybe it almost looks like he doesn't have glaze on or something, but it might be an artifact.
But the legs and the back, it looks like there's some fat. Looks like an extra layer. But the guy looks like he has insane potential. Like
he looks at his freaking most muscular. That
totally
looks crazy.
Nuts. Totally nuts, in my opinion.
His arms and legs are wild.
Yeah. A lot of Asians get that on their extremities. A lot of times they just don't have much back for some reason. Their calves are crazy. Their arms are bubbly, but their backs just aren't super wide usually. I'm not saying his is like that. I'm just saying like a lot of times it happens.
So this is where he got the pro card. He doesn't have very much pictures posted from the actual show.
Look at his freaking quad. It's an adductors. Jeez.
Oh, nice. I can zoom in here. That's great. There you go. I'm popping some Sloopies.
I think this is where he's getting
they sent me the wrong size, so I have to take like 6. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't think he was quite as hard at this show as he was in the previous.
No way, yeah.
How tall? You guys know anything about him? Does he say how tall he is?
I don't know, but he looks relatively short.
Yeah. It's hard to tell. A lot of people think I'm 5 foot tall on Instagram.
I'm just saying he looks. I would guess he's probably not that tall. He's Japanese. They tend not to be real tall. Koreans get tall, but Japanese not so much. But look at this freaking leg.
That's wild.
That's pretty nuts.
But his proportions are perfect. Like his legs are not too short. They're perfect. He would need a little better back, of course. But that guy, if he gets the right trainer, if he goes with a Patrick Tour, with a Neil Hill, dude, if he goes with me, it doesn't like someone that knows a bit, dude, because I feel these guys oftentimes they're so good, they're not even close to their potential. And he looks so clean too. Like one of these things, like you always see, like it looks like a natural, just bigger, and they have small shoulders. Small shoulders always means to me somewhat like, because I don't think it's his training, so somewhat he's not full of androgens and full of trend. Like usually people that can't train and are using a shit ton of drugs, they have only shoulders, and he's the opposite, and he looks very clean. So I think also from an enhancement standpoint, I like, if that guy is taking a lot, I don't know, like he's defying everything I know. He doesn't look like it at all. So like I would rather bet he's on not much.
Here's pictures of him in the lineup. Although you can't see it, they're not very clear. Like that backdrop just sucks.
Yeah.
Other stuff.
He just looks like twice as thick as everyone else. Like his legs look like literally twice as big as everyone else's legs. Well, it was cool to see him come over to the United States, hopefully, and compete in some.
Remember, he was competing in the amateurs. He wasn't competing as a pro here.
Yeah, but now he's pro.
Was this show a pro-am? Was he able to compete in the pro show after? Did he compete?
No, he didn't compete in the pro show.
Okay.
No, he just competed.
It looks like it was just an amateur Olympia.
Amateur.
Got it.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It was amateur Olympia at this pro show.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
so
wish him luck. What's this guy? This Russian guy? What's his name? Andre something?
You want to go over him first, or you want to talk about Nick Walker's thing?
Oh, let's talk about Nick. Let's talk about Nick.
Andre the Giant.
Andre, dude, this guy, Larry sent me his YouTube, and it is, whoa, that guy's big.
Where's the Russian? Where's he from?
Russia. I don't know.
No, I mean, so he lives in Russia.
I don't know. I didn't watch the whole video. I was just watching it on Larry Wheels' YouTube.
I'm gonna pull up his.
Let's talk about that first. We'll talk about Leo. We'll talk about
spell his name.
Andre
the Giant.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. I've got it right here. It's
you got it.
Sergey Danilov.
Sergey. Wait, where
that's. Oh, isn't that the guy that won the show and no one expected it? I think that's the guy. Remember, there was one guy, like everyone was thinking, oh, whoever could win, and then he won it. I think it was the last show before the Olympia. I think that's the guy, right?
Sergey Danilov.
Yeah, look at it. I think that's the guy
who
won the last show before the Olympia. Yes. Look down, go down.
He's getting ready for this year's Olympia.
Yeah. Look, go down. Let's check out the competition pictures there. Come on, further down. They probably post every day, so.
He trains, I guess,
his reels. Click onto his main post. I think you're just on his reels.
Yeah, I think I
said his reels.
Well, no, click off his reels so that we can see a competition photo.
This
scroll all the way up, all the way up. And now on the he's right. He's not on the reel.
Oh, he is.
He's on the whole. Yeah, you are all good. Well, scroll all the way down again. More.
Let me see.
More. Now there should come something. Like he just won an IFBB Pro show, never posted about it.
He's all
cool.
Oh yeah, here we go. I see one back in September.
Why would I post about my pro win? Yeah, nothing special.
And the only one that he posted
there it comes. There it comes, Larry.
That one is only a collaboration post with someone else. He didn't even post about it.
Sick.
So you're talking about this one right here?
Yeah, but it's just a collaboration post.
Who was second there? Akeem Williams?
His hamstring hang is crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, tell us about his cycle, Larry.
So he did a podcast with Larry Wheels, and Larry asked him what his cycle was, and he takes 3 grams of gear. At least this is what he says. I'm not sure if this is prep or I'm sure there's other things, but anyways, it's 1 gram of testosterone, 1,500 milligrams of Primo, and 500 Mastron. And with that, he takes 20 IU GH. He eats 7,000 calories a day, and he said only 100 grams of fats. So that 7,000 calories, he said 300 to 400 grams of protein, and the rest is carbs. And the dude is lean, like at eating 7,000 calories a day, he's still lean.
Mm-hmm.
And and he's just massive.
Yes.
He said he did an experiment where he tried 100 IUs of GH, but he said anything over 20, it didn't do anything more for him. So he stays at 20.
You said he does 1,500 milligrams a test?
No, 1,000.
1,000 chest,
primo.
1,500 primo, and 500 masteron.
Honestly, that's really not even that like terribly crazy. The guy's 320 pounds.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to get to 320, you're going to have to push those dosages up.
And I think Larry Wheels is like 6'2" or 6'3". Yeah. And this guy's like a little bit taller than Larry.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just huge.
Total freak.
And there's like that guy Smolov with the 27-inch arms.
Mm-hmm.
Him and they were going around an expo somewhere. There's a picture of it actually. They're standing next to Hai Shupan. I just saw it. I'll find it. And like they're just massive next to these guys. So what is your thoughts on here's them with that's him and the Smolov guy next to Hottie.
Those guys are giants. They look like strongman size guys. He's like bending down to
right?
Oh man, that's hilarious. That other guy, what's his name? The Smolev? I saw somebody sent me a video of him.
Yeah.
He did like his progression over the years, and he was just like like 14 years old. He was kind of just like a average whatever, and then he got really into like lifting and stuff, and then they were showing like what he has to eat, because I guess he's eating like 9,000 or 10,000 calories a day, and he's just like putting away like obscene amounts of food. And then he was just trying to get in like, I forget what it was. It was like pies or something like that. He was just like trying to get his calories up there to keep growing. He took they were like showing him like in the morning, and then he just had like fish oils, and he just like poured out like half the bottle of fish oils and just like put them in his mouth. It was pretty funny.
So what are your thoughts on the 20 units of growth hormone per day?
I mean, that's what kids are supposed to take. That's why the Serostim are 18 IUs. So I think that's like the therapeutic dose for some people. I mean, obviously he probably worked up to that, so he's probably just pushing to get more and more size.
I rumor was in the 90s that that the top pros were doing 20 units of GH.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people talk about Jay Cutler and Ronnie doing 20.
And Dexter,
they'd say a vial of Serostim a day is what they'd say.
That would really the growth when it comes
to
the stomachs,
Leo,
right?
You cut out. Say that again. You cut out, Leo.
Yeah. So in the 90s, besides Ronnie, in the 90s, I'm saying, right? No one really had bellies. So it seems like then it's an insulin issue and not a growth issue, the stomachs.
I think so.
Well, this guy here says he doesn't use any insulin ever. He says he doesn't have a problem with his GH, with his blood sugars. But when he was in the video with Larry Wheels, he definitely had a belly going on. And I don't know if that's from the GH or if that's from eating the 7,000 calories or the combination of both.
If I would eat 7,000 calories, I wouldn't probably need any GH to have insulin issues. Crazy.
I mean,
he's like 26 or something. So I give him one more year and then his belly's gone. Gone. It's not gone. And his belly is so bad that he can retire or fix it. So I don't think that looks good right now. So at that young of an age already, I think he has to really watch out.
Damn, he looks freaking gigantic. every coach that I ever, kind of talked to and followed and stuff, and when they talked about GH, they said basically just use as much as you can afford.
Yeah, right. That's true.
So, I mean, 20 units, that sounds high because most people use, 3 to 6, but I think the sweet spot is like a lot of guys use around 10. But I mean, I heard a lot of coaches advocating for using higher. So I think it's just a cheat code for bodybuilding. If you can afford it, you can push your size up with using it.
Do you think it's worth trying for me, or am I gonna F myself up and be never classic again because my belly's gonna grow?
I mean, I don't necessarily see you pushing too hard on the food like the other stuff. So I think that like if you did 20, I mean, I think you'd grow some, but I
No,
think,
I'm talking 10. I'm talking 10.
Oh, 10?
Relax, not 20. I mean, I never did 10. Let me ease into it.
Are you pushing for size? Like, are you going off season? Are you going to eat hard and push?
Right now, I'm obviously still in prep for all shit.
I know.
I'm just in general, right? I'm just in general. I need some more size, so
yeah.
And the good thing about the GH, if let's say GH is really the game changer, right? The good thing about it is it won't like do anything to my health markers really. I just have to watch the insulin, like my, insulin sensitivity.
I think GH can be a game changer when you've already maxed out. Like, you're already at 1,500 milligrams, 2,000 milligrams on your off season on your gear. You're already at, 5,000, 6,000 calories. You've already kind of pushed your body where you're just like knocking on 265, 270 pounds. Then I think that pushing in GH and then maybe even insulin on top of that is what pushes you up to like 290. I don't necessarily think that like, somebody that's 200 pounds just trying to get to 220. I think that there's still a lot of room to just use other things that are a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I'm 220 lean though, but the thing is, I don't think it's a pound issue because it's more like you said before. I mean, I haven't maxed out on gear that crazily.
Yeah.
but I think it's more like, I don't think your genetic limit is my genetic limit. So let's say your maxed out might be 260. Mine might be 225, like lean, right? Fair. So maybe I'm just as close to that point as you are, maybe. You know what I mean? I'm just genetically.
If that's the case, I think GH and insulin are what's going to be a game changer to push your past that kind of size limit. Because I see a lot of these guys that really push up into that, range past 270 that, I mean, I'm friends with like a lot of them, like half the guys on the GASP team. Like, I don't want to blow up any guys' names, but, and that's what they're using to push their size up is GH and insulin.
Yeah. The thing is, that's what I'm afraid of. Doing both, like that's what I feel is like that's the stomach growth recipe.
I think it's getting too hungry for size and letting yourself just get too far out in the off season. I think that it's like you're letting your body fat get too high. You're having to push the calories so hard where your stomach just is like stretching from it over and over again, and you kind of just like blow out your waist thickness and width just because of I don't think that I think you can do GH for a few cycles for a year or two, and you wouldn't notice any difference on your gut. I think you would probably just put on size on your
no, I was talking GH and insulin.
Yeah, but I think you would just put size on your muscularity if you like cycled it correctly, and you just you weren't like say you did like 6 weeks blasts of like insulin and then maybe like 6 weeks off to let your sensitivity kind of come back. If you were just like continually pushing your insulin sensitivity and building up that omental layer of fat, then yeah, I think there's ways you can do it correctly and get just size gain out of it, or incorrectly and get a blown out waist.
So I'm gonna do insulin on the leg days.
There you go.
And
See, if you just did it like periodically, I think that you would just
20
shuttle more nutrients and have zero negatives.
And 20 units GH 5 times a week. 2 days of the week. I mean, the IGF should be up for more than 24 hours, so I could do 2 days off, whatever, Thursday, Sunday off.
Yeah.
GH, 2 days a week, insulin, like 100 units total a week GH, and an empty wallet. And
Yeah,
that's the recipe.
Yeah, your wife might not be too happy with you because you're blowing too much money on each GH.
That's funny, man.
Well,
so
what happens
GH
with
sponsor?
What happens with the GH is you have problems digesting your carbs, so they end up just sitting in your stomach and fermenting, and it turns into gas, and that's what makes the stomach get bloated. Because you can't.
How does the GH do that? How does the GH not digest the carbs if you keep your insulin sensitivity right?
That's what happens is you get insulin insensitive, and then you're not digesting the carbs. So then when you eat the carbs,
that's obvious. That's obvious, Larry, that you have to watch the insulin sensitivity. As soon as you have that up, like you obviously stop. Yeah.
As you take in more food and more GH, you start to become insulin insensitive, and then it takes more insulin to shuttle in the food.
But yeah, that's kind of why we were alluding to just doing it periodically. I don't know if maybe 5 days a week would be probably too much, but if you're just using insulin like on your weaker body part days, like on your back day and on your leg days, so that's only 2 days out of the week that you'd be using insulin. And then
but Larry says that the GH is fucking that up, not the insulin.
Well, so, I think they're all in conjunction. I think that each of them are going to have some, and then I think if you're running HGH too high for too long, then yeah, obviously you're going to wreck it. It all revolves around insulin sensitivity and omental fat to me.
Yeah.
And what happens is it kind of creeps up on you. It doesn't happen like all of a sudden you take it and you have this gut.
Yeah.
It's like, little by little, you're getting bigger and bigger, and then you're eating more and more. And the next thing you know, your stomach starts getting bigger.
Yeah.
But Luke said that in the beginning, that like he thinks when doing that, one should try to stay very lean, not get too fat, meaning your surplus is very, very low, but with all the juice and the gear from like insulin, GH, the steroids, that will be so anabolic that you don't have to bulk up like a Lee Priest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
sounds very reasonable.
You have to eat the GH and the insulin just allows you to eat more and more food. So, like, if you take the GH and insulin, you're not eating more food. It's not going to do anything.
No, you take as much insulin as you need. You don't eat more because you take more insulin.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, over time, you start to get insulin resistant from it, and it takes more.
Well, if you fuck it up, then you fuck it up, of course. But if you don't fuck it up, you don't fuck it up. You have to watch it. You have to watch it and not overeat. That's obvious. If you fuck it up, that you fuck it up, and we all know that happens if you don't watch it, and especially if you don't watch it and you overeat. So just blindly taking GH and insulin and overeating and stuffing yourself, I think everyone will F it up. But that's the art of the game, I guess. So
and
you
I think
have
that
to
it becomes a mental issue because a lot of guys start seeing that scale go up. They start seeing their arms get bigger. And then they're like, oh, I'm doing the right thing. I better take more insulin. I better take more GH. I better eat more food, instead of saying, like, objectively, like, okay, well, my arms are getting bigger, but also my stomach is pretty big right now. Maybe I should start doing, some cardio sessions and maybe do a contest prep and maybe kind of reel this stuff in or just, keep the insulin sensitivity good instead of just like continually pushing for more size. So I think it partially is just like a bigorexia issue for some people trying to chase 300 pounds.
And so, like, I'm living proof. Like, obviously, in prep, you take everything a little more serious, but I'm always pretty serious. But you take different kinds of juice. And what I weigh right now, like 219, and when I compare my shape at 219 4 months ago, or also 219, but like 3 months ago when I started prep, like, world of a difference. I'm so much leaner at the same weight. So what happened? If I'm the same weight but way leaner, what happened? I gained muscle. How did I do that if I don't bulk up like crazy? You have to eat so much. Well, maybe not.
You have to be patient and just gain it over time.
Well, that Sergey said that he said the food is the most important part for keeping his size, and he's 7,000 calories a day. And he said if he dropped his food lower, he would lose size. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
I think
but I'm not 300 pounds Sergey.
I think being as big as he is going to have a shelf life. I mean, you can do that for a few years, but you cannot hang on to that much, pushing that much size. The GI tract just starts to fight back after a while, and you're just can't digest your food. You're going to be, having a lot of issues. So
that's what I'm saying. In the beginning, you could probably do it for a while.
Yeah,
but then eventually things are going to start going backwards on you.
Yeah. That's what I said. I said in the beginning, right? I said, like, in a year or so he's going to be done with his stomach if he keeps going like that.
Yeah.
So I feel he has to take a break from GH and insulin. Like, if his blood sugar stays good, eat whatever you want, but eat in a way that you might have a slight deficit or maintain, and you'll be good. Maybe eat a little less carbs and fill your caloric need more with protein, and then put stuff that you could digest well.
Yeah.
And then I think he needs somewhat of a break like that.
You're talking about
way better after.
You're talking about just way too intelligent of a design of contest prep. What you're saying is way too smart. You can't. You can't be 320. Smart.
So someone said, is there things that you can take that's going to, prevent the insulin insensitivity, like MOTS-C or Retta? That stuff
plenty of things.
That stuff's also new that we don't really know how it's going to work in the long term.
Okay, guys, little advertisement here, but today is really sick. Blackstone Labs has buy one get one free, and they have a really good berberine called Glycolog. It's a special form of berberine, very effective one. So usually that's pretty expensive. That's why I'm saying I think like $65 or so for a bottle. I mean, that the bottle lasts you very long, but today you can get it for 50% off. I think the next few days. Yeah, you can please use code Leo, but I'm not sure if you get even more off. I don't know, but that would be cool. But that's something that I use. I always use it at night. But obviously you should use it more throughout the day. But I feel at night's always good. Like,
I take it twice a day. I take it breakfast and dinner, both.
Yeah, good. Yeah, some people take metformin. I'm not a fan. I think if you take a little more berberine, it will have the same effect, but you don't have the anabolic effect, because metformin is like an mTOR blocker. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to block your mTOR. You want to
block your IGF-1.
Yeah, that too. So that's what what I would say too. What else can you do? I mean, obviously, watch your carbs, time them properly, do somewhat. We're talking about getting bigger, so I would rather go for walks like I do now. Yeah. So it's kind of a form of cardio where you don't burn much, but it's good for your blood sugar control. So very short. I'm walking way too far. Like, this is now for actual prep. But if I'm someone like in the off season trying to just keep my blood sugar, I would probably do like maybe sometimes even only 5 minutes 3 times a day, or 10 minutes twice, or something like that. And maybe after
Sam Efferding always said to do 10-minute walks after each meal. Yeah, so I think that's like a good rule of thumb. I always like some cardio in the like actual cardio, like hitting the Stairmaster and stuff, because I can train so much harder. And when I'm pushing my weight up to like 260, 265, if I'm just doing like, you know, casual walking, I don't get my like respiration up high enough. Then when I train, I just get like gassed out. But if I start hitting the Stairmaster, I have that like gas tank where I can, you know, I have a little bit better cardio. So
if it doesn't burn too much. Sure.
Yeah, but the thing is, I usually, if I don't do it, I can't eat as much. If I do it, I'm able to eat like double the amount of food of the calories that I burned. So it gives me a little bit more like ability to kind of like get stuff in. But
yeah, it makes sense.
Someone that said oral berberine, it actually helps. Yeah, it actually does help. It actually works.
Yeah,
I've never heard of injectable berberine, but yeah, oral berberine.
If you're consistent with it, I think it definitely makes a difference.
What's
get the glycolog, code Leo, blackstonelabs.com. Thank you.
All right, let's move over to Nick Walker talking about he's gonna go no coach for this Arnold Classic. How's this gonna look?
Are you sure he's gonna do it?
He announced that he's doing. He said he's gonna go do it at his own preps.
He's gonna coach himself.
Yeah, but did he say that he's doing the Arnold, or?
I think I saw somewhere he was on the list to do the Arnold.
I think he said and he's doing his own prep.
Yeah.
Okay. I just know I texted with him a bit, and he doesn't think, like what he told me a few weeks ago. He doesn't think it's too early. He can definitely do it, but he wasn't like saying, "Oh, I'm 100% in." But yeah, I would love to see him. So also because I'm not prepping, so I have the luxury to be, you know, an observer and look at everything. Maybe I'll just, you know what I'll do? I'll just put my application in. And if they take me,
Nick Walker?
No, it's for the Arnolds.
And
if they take me, I'll do it, because the Arnolds you got to do if you're being picked, right? But it's very unlikely that you're being picked. Why not?
I could see Nick Walker doing his off season on his own, but I think he'll probably link back up with a coach. He worked really good with Dom Machazio or something like that. What's his name?
Yeah,
he worked with him.
He worked with Dom Super Machazio.
Dom Super Slice. I could see him maybe, you know, working with him. You know. Yeah,
but no, Dom said no. He said Dom dumped Nick Walker because he said it was good in the beginning, but when it got to the last few weeks of prep, he wanted Nick to do certain things like for his health, blood work and stuff, and Nick didn't want to do it.
Oh.
And he said it was for him. It was a non-negotiable. He said either you do these things or I'm not working with you. And Nick just
didn't want to do it.
Wanted to do what he wanted to do.
Yeah, well, Nick said he was going to have some people in his corner kind of keeping an eye on him and giving him whatever, but he was going to kind of seemed like he was going to just make the final calls on stuff. So, I mean, I don't know what that means. I mean, I think that he's worked with a lot of different coaches, and Nick is actually a pretty smart guy. So he knows how to train. He knows how to eat and stuff. So I don't think it'll be a terrible amount of an issue for him to do it. I do think maybe like peaking, you know, some coaches know better than others. So I don't know if a peak is going to be like the smartest thing to do alone, but
I think it is, because unless he takes a coach that he's had before, I don't think anyone knows better than him right now.
Yeah,
because they're going to be coaching him for the first time, and they'll be like, "So what did you do before?" So maybe they'd be like a little more cautious and be like, okay,
I think that's
let's be in between, you know, the way you look. Let's just do, you know, whatever. If he says I took 1,200 carbs last time, they'd be like, well, let's do 800, something like that. But I don't think there's anyone right now that could do a better job than himself. Actually,
the only thing I think that an experienced coach is going to do better than himself is experienced coaches maybe when he's like you said, carving up, he's doing his water manipulation and stuff. They're going to be able to keep an eye on him and say like, you're not full yet, or you're too full, or maybe coming in like, hey, you're pretty lean, but you're maybe dropping too fast, you're dropping too slow. So I mean, he's definitely going to get there most of the way there, but I think some of these experienced coaches can really have that extra touch on on getting you like there. But Nick he's done probably like, I don't know, 15 shows as a pro at least. So he's definitely gone through different coaches and different styles and stuff. But I just think like having someone there to kind of be your brain, because when you're like at the end and prep brain and you're looking at freaking other people's Instagrams and stuff, I think that you can kind of get in your own head about decisions to make at the last minute.
Well,
yeah,
here's
that's true.
The thing, that the top coaches, they don't want to work with him. So he has a dilemma there. No one wants to work with him.
Really? I worked with him. Let's go, Nick.
What I'm just saying, the top,
you prep yourself?
Like Aceto said,
I always prep myself.
Dom doesn't want to work with him.
Yeah.
Boss of Outlaw, he doesn't want to work with him.
Interesting.
They don't want to work with him because Nick's going to do what Nick wants to do.
Yeah.
He's going to do what he wants to do, and he's not going to listen.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just be, if I would coach him, I'll just be like, Nick, so what do you want me to help you with? And then like we set the.
Yeah, but he just did that with that Kyle guy, and then things didn't go the way he wanted to, and he blamed the Kyle guy.
No, but he apparently he did what Kyle wanted to, I feel. So he really let him coach himself. I would be like, Nick, what is it exactly that you want me to do? You want me like just send me check-ins, I'll give you my 2 cents, and we kind of almost
team
negotiate, And I would be cool with that. Unless he would be, at the end of the day, he would be like, oh, Leo was dictating, I was just following, and he messed up. Like, if that would be the case, I was like, bro, that was not what happened. But as long as, what is he got? I don't get the word. What's the word? Kind of like the ground rules, like
expectations
are set.
The expectations.
Yeah, there's a word for it. Like, it's not ground rules, it's something else. It's a little more fancy word. I'm just missing it. But whatever.
All right.
Like,
I got a guy coming over to build me a fireplace, so we got to wrap this, or else I got to at least hop off.
Yeah. Okay.
But
all right.
Okay.
Do we have any
stay on a bit.
Q&A questions?
All right, I'm gonna hop off. Later, guys. I'll talk to you
Right. Have a
next
good one.
week or whatever.
Have a good
See
one.
ya.
Bye-bye.
All right. What
Okay,
questions do we have?
Are you actually sitting in your store?
No. Let's see. What questions did we have in the Q&A?
I don't know what's going on here.
Somebody said, what is Nick focusing on? What weight is he coming in? We don't know what Nick is focusing on because he's not saying.
I hear you.
He's, the last time it was
Hello?
bigger, and that kind of backfired on him. So.
Which one microphone? You hear me now?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Let me see. Chase Irons was on a sugar diet. I don't know
for
what
some
that's
reason. I don't know what just happened. Luke went out and I'm gone.
What do you mean you're gone? I see you. You're right here.
Try to get back in.
You're in. What are you talking about? I guess he couldn't see himself, but he was in. I guess he'll log back in a second. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and post them up. I was trying to look through the comments from before. So many people would want to coach Nick. Yeah, maybe amateur coaches want to coach Nick, but the top coaches don't want to coach him. They've openly stated they don't want to coach him. Here, let me get.
Okay, I hear you now. You hear me?
I heard you before.
Okay, I didn't hear you for some reason, but that's great. Perfect. No idea what happened there. What was
someone said Martin left hostile. I didn't know about that. I guess said Fu announced it. I don't know what that's all about. Any online gear sources you recommend? Actually, no. I think that actually, you know what? John Jewett just talked about this. He was getting fake gear, and you know, someone like that, you'd think he was actually getting fake gear. So, I don't know. If you don't have a trusted source right now, I would be very skeptical, because
there's still good stuff on Pump's Place, my sponsor, which I get and I use, and I've had no problems. But yeah, other sources, I wouldn't trust shit, to be honest. I've never had a bad experience with them, and the reason why I also trust them is like they have a lot of their distributor, like a lot of their brands, they took out, right? And if they would be fake, they would leave stuff in. And if they felt like something was fake that they had, they would leave it in. But they kicked out a lot of sources since, what was that, March? So I feel like...
Well, I could just tell you like this for sure. There's no Raws coming in anymore. So whatever anybody has, it's left over from before.
Yeah. Or
right now what you're seeing is
people wait. Some people might have backup Raws.
No,
I'm
telling you, like, there's certain things, like my guys, they're out of Primo and they're out of Test Sip.
Yes,
there's no more.
But
they still have everything else.
But Larry, people can buy stuff, Raws, whenever they're still available and not turn them into product. And they can still sit on powder that they have from back then and put some things out. And that's what can happen.
I'm just telling you, I have sources that I'm connected to. They have Raws, but they have like the weird shit that no one buys, like phenylpropionate, testosterone phenylpropionate, because it's not the regular Raws. They don't have it anymore. It's gone.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of things.
I agree. When someone is out of something and all of a sudden they have it back up, and it's something that you can't get, like Primo or something, or even like Test in some cases, then I would be skeptical, because so where did you now all of a sudden get this new batch from if you were out of it, but people might have some Raws left, and then they can still manufacture. So that can be.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you like this. There is no Raws coming out of China. So unless you were stocked up on a whole shit ton of Raws.
Exactly.
There isn't anything. So
that's why I'm saying be skeptical of people that were out of stuff and now all of a sudden are back.
Well, I can tell you this. Even the Chinese right now are getting scandalous because they still want to do business, but they don't have any raw material.
Yeah. I agree with that. Do we have other questions?
Oh,
nice shirt, Larry. I'm just seeing it. Nice shirt. Text me if you want Larry's nice shirt.
Good old
Oh,
Spartan.
by the way,
On
I've got
back is a Hercules.
if you guys like HD muscle, I've got a Black Friday specials going on right now. It's 20% off on the website on undergroundperformancegym.com. And we're pretty stocked up on that stuff.
Yeah, they have some good stuff, some good health stuff too.
Yeah, I like that. I like their products. I use them myself. That's the only reason I carry them.
Yeah. They are. I feel they're trustworthy because there's some companies also they have supposedly they have health stuff, and I'm like, is there really in it? What's on it? Nah, I've never heard of that brand. And with HD Muscle from Canada, Dorian Hamilton, I'm like, I think they're legit. So
well, I've been using their products for a couple of years, and so far I'm happy with it.
Yeah, so that's good.
It seems pretty legit. The only problem I have is sometimes they run out of stuff, and it's really hard to get. What do I recommend to keep inflammation low? You know what? I'm dealing with that myself right now. Fish oil, borage oil, berberine, all that's anti-inflammatory.
So blueberries, turmeric is very good, very good.
Well, that's what berberine is, turmeric.
And also avoid certain things that are inflammatory. Some carbohydrates. For some people, oats really are bad. So I'd rather go to rice if you have issues with that.
Anything that spikes your blood sugar causes inflammation. Like too much
white
sugar.
Bread. Don't do white bread. Don't do sugar. Sugar is bad.
Sugar,
don't do white bread.
Sugar is very inflammatory.
Yeah. What else?
So, I mean mostly for carbs, I eat almost all rice most of the time.
Yeah. Technically,
I mean, I have these those oatmeal cookies, but to be honest with you, I don't eat them every day. I only like when I do a podcast. It's the only time I eat them.
Yeah. What I mean, if your protein is very high, I would also lower that.
Well, it kind of depends.
Maybe more fish. Fish is less inflammatory. If you really want to, ace it, right? Then maybe go to just like 1 gram per pound of body weight. And,
well, I can tell you this.
0.9.
I can digest chicken all day long with no issue. Red meat, even ground beef, causes me to have inflammation.
Yeah. So even better should be fish for most of the people. Take a good fish, that no shit fish, and just have it. What's it always said? Wild caught. There's actually some pretty good wild caught salmon that is not overly expensive. Some frozen stuff, and they can't put wild caught on it if it's not wild caught. I mean, there should be a guideline. I'm pretty sure, even in the U.S.
I do eat fish and I like it, but honestly, I eat more chicken just because it's just easier to prep. It lasts longer. It doesn't go bad.
Of course, but I'm trying to give the very best recipe for everyone who's listening, and they're technically the good fish should be better than chicken, but. Yeah.
Someone said, what's your opinion on King Kamali saying he's 260, still eats 10 meals a day with 14-inch arms? I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about that.
I don't even care. Who cares? King Kamali's not competing. Let him be 260. Let him be 230. Who cares?
Yeah, it's not.
If he doesn't compete, I don't care. But to be honest, I think it's stupid at that age to push the food that much and have like a round fat face. And I'd rather be like, even if I would kind of push it, I would try to stay as lean as I can just to have lower body fat, lower body weight overall.
Okay, somebody says I have an EQ question.
Healthier.
What is the EQ question? So since there's a bunch of EQ and my stock of Primo is almost gone, I was thinking of switching EQ. How can it keep my red blood cell hematocrit in check while on EQ? I mean, honestly, chest raises hematocrit. Actually, all steroids raise hematocrit to some degree. Supposedly EQ does it better, but I've not really seen like massive increase in hematocrit from EQ.
Just good hydration is number one, I would say. Number one.
Yeah. I mean, my hematocrit's like, it's really dose related. I think the more you take over a certain point, the higher your hematocrit's going to go. And as far as lowering it, I don't know. You said the SLUP might help. I like the SLUP, but I can't say I've seen blood work that I could see my hematocrit go down. But I just got blood drawn this morning, so I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe it would have gone higher up if you wouldn't have taken it. Like, I don't know what you've taken.
My hematocrit's been like 1 point high, and sometimes 2 points high, and it's directly in relation to how much gear I'm taking. And when I lower my gear, it goes lower.
Okay.
It's just
fish oil and turmeric is always good in any case.
Yeah, and there's some stuff that that people take to lower hematocrit. I forgot what it's a supplement, and I've tried it like in all kinds of different ways, and it didn't do anything for me. Yeah, I literally tried it for months. So
yeah,
but some people swear by this one supplement. I forget. Who's the guy with the?
You mean natokinase or so?
Yeah, no, it's not natokinase. It's What is my blood pressure today from blood work? My blood pressure has never been high ever, so I don't know what one thing has to do with another. When I said I got blood work, I just got my blood drawn this morning at Quest. I'm doing a little experiment with Leo's new test. I got my blood drawn from Quest, and I'm going to do the blood draw. I was going to do it today, but I didn't have time. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to do the blood draw through the, what is it called? Revive or the new thing?
Rhythm.
Yeah, Rhythm. So I'm going to pull the blood from that, and then I want to compare my results. And I'm not going to do anything different today that's going to throw things off. So hopefully they come out similarly. And if it does, I'll be promoting the shit out of it.
Because it's so much cheaper, right? Yeah.
Because it's so much cheaper and it's so much easier. Today I went to Quest. I didn't have an appointment because I would have to wait 10 days to get an appointment. So I just went as a walk-in, and I had to sit there for about an hour and a half till I got seen.
That's the reason why the Rhythm Health is so great.
Yeah.
Like, I just did mine this morning too. And I just wake up, I drink 16 ounces, I wait a few minutes, and then I put this pad on, so warm up the area a little bit where I put it in, and you just plug it on, and it drops in there, and you're good. And I just ordered the Uber driver to pick it up, or FedEx driver, so you can text them and be like, come pick it up for me, and they give you a 5-hour window. And if you live in a safe area, I just put it in front of my door. If it's not super cold there or something, and you live in a safe area, I sent them a picture. Here, it's in front of my door. Just pick it up. They pick it up.
You don't just drop it in a FedEx box?
You can, but if you're too busy, or if it's too far away, or you don't stop, you can even do that. Like, then it's like so convenient. It's crazy. You don't need to do anything.
They say you can call and they'll send an Uber to pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah, you have, it's on your sheet that you have.
Yeah.
They'll tell you there's so it's here actually. So they're like, drop your sample at the FedEx location or text us to schedule a pickup. I mean, how awesome is that? So yeah, I was just
somebody
like,
said after using Retta for 1 year, I've gotten gastroparesis. I've checked my markers along the way. It causes malabsorption. Well, that's what it does. It slows down your digestion.
How much did you use it though? That's
What dosage did you use?
Yeah,
I've heard different protocols for people using it.
I would not use that much. I would be careful. Like, if you're off season and you don't have crazy cravings, don't use it. If you don't need it, don't use it. If you like, no way I could keep my diet.
I was a high dose of 7 milligrams. Is that 7 milligrams a week? I'm guessing that's a week.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Season, people take 1 milligram or something.
I'll tell you right now that, like, I wouldn't use it unless you like have to.
Exactly.
But like, I have one competitor. He cannot stay on a diet. I mean, even he just eats shit. And he's got a ton of muscle. It's not that. He just has a problem staying on the diet without the Retta.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't take it, he just gets fat.
Yeah.
I mean, just blows up fat.
Exactly. So he kind of has no choice. But if you feel to have a choice, or you can also, I mean, it might not be the better idea, but you could try something like tesofensine. You can also get that in 100 aminos. Leo. Tesofensine is like a appetite suppressant, like sibutramine. That was the one last time. I forgot the name. Sibutramine.
Someone said y'all don't really think a newbie could get their hands on some test. What is that? RN?
Maybe he means RX from like a pharmacy.
I mean,
right now. Maybe he means right now. RN right now. Yeah, you. I don't know if you.
What do you mean if a newbie can get it? It's not. It doesn't matter if you're a newbie or who you are. If you don't have a legitimate source, you just don't have a legitimate source. Period. Doesn't matter if you're a top pro or a newbie. Either you're hooked up or you're not. That's just a simple way it is.
Larry's just saying that he doesn't trust any online stores. And if you do and you get lucky, yeah, you're lucky. But
I will tell you like this. Okay, I respect John Jewett a lot, but he said something in his podcast when he was talking about the fake gear. He said some bottles are dosed higher than other bottles.
Oh, interesting.
And I don't know what the hell he's talking about, because when I compounded, I would make 1,000 bottles in a batch at a time. And they were all dosed exactly the same. So I don't know how, unless you're like home brewing or something, I don't know how do you make one bottle higher dose than another one? Because you mix it all in a big thing, but you mix your oil with your benzyl alcohol and benzyl benzoate with your kilo of whatever compound you're making, and then you filter the whole thing all together into a big giant flask, and then you bottle the stuff. So how can one bottle be higher dose than another one? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know how they're going about doing that. Now I know some people homebrew, which means they're like weighing out a little bit of stuff, and then they're making a bottle at a time. Well, that's not a real compounding lab. That's just somebody fucking around in their kitchen. So doing that, I guess you could fuck up the bottle. But, who does that? But yeah, you can always send your gear to Janicase and get it tested, which is what I would do if you don't know what it is.
Yeah, you mean Janoshik? Janicki.
Yeah,
Janicki's the bodybuilder.
Yeah. I can't Janoshik.
Yeah.
You can get it tested, but I mean, either your stuff is real or it's not. And I know what goes into compounding because I had one of the biggest labs and I did it on a big scale, and I know how easy it could be just to fuck it up. I would not trust most people to make it because I don't think they know what they're doing. people try to, most of the labs also, gear is underdosed, and he was like saying like, well, so it could be underdosed by accident. Bullshit. If you know how to compound, you know exactly what it's going to be. It's not going to be underdosed by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go to online TRT clinic, but you got to get a prescription. That's all. So if you don't have low testosterone, because they're going to make you do blood work, and your testosterone better come out like under 200, or they're probably not going to write you a script. So if your testosterone is not low, then you're not going to get the script, and that's that. I always use grapeseed oil, and like I said, solvents. I use benzoyl benzoate and benzyl alcohol. More benzyl benzoate and less benzyl alcohol, because the benzyl alcohol will cause PIP, which is basically injection site pain. Yes, like doctor will put you on actually, if you should be getting iclomafene and not Clomid. No one uses Clomid anymore. Iclomafene is way better because it doesn't have the side effects of Clomid. Yep. So if your doctor's putting you on Clomid, get another new doctor. Mitch from Boston Lloyd Forum, or where exactly though? I don't know. Like I said, I don't trust anybody right now as far as like sources, other than the one that I know. I don't trust anyone. And I trust mine because I've known these guys personally for 20 years. Yeah. Even trusted sources right now, they can't get raw powders. So, who knows what they're going to do when they run out of the raw powders. Yeah. I think you're taking a risk right there. But if you have shit, I don't know. I have a real source, but I can't just say that online. Anyways, like I said, we have Black Friday specials going on. I wish everybody happy Thanksgiving and hope you have a good rest of your week. I think we're going to wrap it right now and let you guys. Yeah. You got anything else you want to promote?
I just want to say, like, you can always also ask questions on Instagram directly. Hire me for coaching. Got a few spots free, and I don't take more than 20 athletes total, because I always want to give everyone, good attention and not like have 100 people and don't know their names even. So yeah, that's that. Just text us and Larry maybe too on Instagram for messages that are more discreet or individual, or you don't want exposed here if it's a health question or whatnot, right? You don't want your health secrets on the internet in a chat. So
yeah, anything that we can't talk about on YouTube, you could send us an Instagram, and we might be able to answer your question there, because there's certain things we just can't do here.
Yeah, and for the people that don't know that I'm in Vegas now. So if you're here and you want to train, or like you come by for a visit, and I don't know, you just want to say hi, just to let me know, and I'll tell you when I'm at the gym, and you can meet me. And
anybody around here, we're gonna have we have specials going on, 0 enrollment on our gym memberships, and there's also on the 1 and 2 year paid in fulls. If you buy one, you can get a second one for free for a friend or actually a family member.
And that's Ventura, right? Ventura,
yeah.
California, for everyone who doesn't know. What's the closest? Is LA the closest big city?
Yeah, LA. Well, I would say yeah. Well,
but it's still not that close. So yeah.
No, probably Simi Valley, Santa Barbara, Thousand Oaks, all that area.
Yeah,
not too far. I have people coming from those areas.
Cool. All right then.
All right.
I have to send you guys. I have to send you JP Fuchs. He's not too far then, so maybe he's going to come by sometime. I think
where's he at?
Cool, you guys. He's in what's it called? Where Sean Roden was for a while training. It's not.
Oh, he's over near me.
Yeah, it's not quite Santa Barbara. It's there's
no,
this
I know what
other
you're talking.
gym.
Ojai, right?
I think it's close to this gym where Sean Roden was training.
Sean Roden was training at a gym in Oxnard.
Yeah, I think that's close. I think
Yeah,
it's close to Oxnard.
right. It's right. It's like 3 miles away from me.
Yeah, I'll just have you. I just shoot him your number maybe, and then he can get in contact with him. He's a really cool guy, Jean-Pierre Fuchs.
Yeah, just tell him to go on the gym website.
Yeah.
And,
all right.
All right, guys. So have a happy Thanksgiving. Don't forget, if you have any specific questions, you can email us or actually message us on Instagram. And we will see you next week.
Bye-bye. Have a good one, guys.
I believe that the fires were cast upon, on the flames we shall become. I believe in a common cause.